Y'all, I live a doubt-filled life, even though I've been forced into faith. Weird, I know. But I've been thinking a lot. And if I had known in 2008 when God showed up in my kitchen again and said, well, how will you define yourself? If I had known that that interaction would have led to 16 years of utter destitution, if it's even possible, it may not be, I would have said, no, thank you. If I had known that for 16 years, I would live repeatedly in homelessness, albeit the first time was a choice of mine because it was the only option at the time to do what was the right thing, and it's how my heart called and I followed it. But then repeatedly homeless without choice. If I had known that for 16 years I would not have physical space, creative space, my own living space, personal space, thought space, sexual space, if I had known I would go 16 years without dignity, without the support, belief, or family or a circle of friends, if I had known I was just going to be moved around like a fucking chess piece while living in poverty and the desperation to get out of it to support myself, like, I don't know, if I had known that the voices that have repeatedly told me that I was the voice of God wouldn't or couldn't provide for a life that would keep me healthy, strong, and perhaps even show like some little hints of happiness in the whole journey, I would have taken myself out of the running. Again, it may not be possible because this is not like a democracy or anything. Like, God doesn't apparently give you options. I'm fairly certain this is something I can't resign from. So there's a quote that I can't find attribution for, but it sounds very Zen. It's great doubt, great awakening. Little doubt, little awakening. No doubt, no awakening. I'm not even of doubt. I just don't believe this. I don't believe it because in 16 years there is zero evidence of it. Zero. But they won't shut up about it. I've never wanted this. I never sought it. I never asked for it. And even with it unfolding around me and within me, I don't believe it. Because I don't know what it is. I told a friend the other day that I couldn't see that it was possible for me to be this voice of God. It's like it seemed to me all along that if this was true, if all of those loud, insistent, sweet, ferocious, and ferociously annoyed voices were speaking truth, that I am God's messenger for this era, seems to me that it'd be supported in the practical world. Seems to me that I'd be supported physically, fiscally, friendly, okay, that's not really a word, but whatever, that there would be community, that people's responses to their prayers being answered and miracles being delivered, like the response would be celebration, not fear and running clear in the other direction or keeping things so secret. I talked about those energies that have been blown into me, but in addition to those, I'm surrounded by many. Their contact is tactile. And front and center, well, front and right here, is a relatively quietly attentive Hindu teacher crowd. They include Yogananda's Babaji, who is Sri Yukteswar. He holds space along with Muktananda and Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And the latter two are the most, I'll call it vocal. And they are ones with whom I can have audible conversation. I'm getting ready to preface what I say about them with this. I know with no doubt that they were powerfully gifted men. I do not doubt the tens of thousands of stories people have of their of these men's spiritual power and the life-changing spiritual experiences that they brought to many, many people, and how that has changed the world. But lately, when I've been considering very seriously that I cannot continue to more of a life in destitution, in poverty of money, in community, I can't. Part of that questioning, though, centers around these dudes. And also the pity party. Because, come on now. So, my questions have been like these men, and many like them, were lauded with millions of dollars, multiple millions of dollars, while they were raping women and coercing women to let them rape their children. And while that's the subject of a whole other discussion, I'm like, so why is it that they and countless others, including false prophets, real prophets, preachers, con men and con women, stories about that too. Like, why is it these folks get fucking rich, stupid fucking rich, filthy rich, and this one, the one that all of these folks are claiming as the real thing with a capital R and a capital T, why is it that this one goes days without enough to eat, years without medical care, cobbling together income by scraping and begging and working jobs that slowly kill the body while quickly killing the spirit, hoping that if I do just the right thing, all of the things, the right things, like get a job, just trust, stop going to the food bank and using food stamps. That was Jesus's instruction, by the way, why I don't like him. Intentionally leaving myself below penniless because God says so. Wait for God. Oh, just change your thoughts. Don't be concerned about the numbers. Like, wouldn't the real deal be supported in a different way? So what a friend said to me this past weekend while I was like, oh my God, she said that, not exactly, but the poverty is one of the reasons that she believes that I am this thing, because I am not part of existing corrupt systems within the faith and religious and spiritual spheres, that I have a really strong moral compass and actually do things like, follow it. And like she said, I was not corruptible. And I responded with, I am absolutely corruptible. Like, if somebody from the Sinaloa cartel was to say, we'll give you $1 million to shut the fuck up, I'd say, make it 10 and it's a deal. Although I'd settle for 8. And my friend countered with, Ingrid, I get that, but come on, you wouldn't do that. And you wouldn't cause anyone harm to get what you want or need. To which I agree. It's not in me. Although the neighbor's cat would say, I do just that every time I flick his ears to keep him from stealing our cat's food. I have been going back through old notebooks the past couple of days, looking to see how far back my vision of the Denver apartment building fire last week was. Looking to see how many years back. And I found a note that I wrote to myself and to the universe back in April of 2022. I was following some advice from somebody about writing down what we want to feel from life or in life. And I had done the exercise previously, But everything then was all about just basic survival. So this was slightly different because I was living in a space for a few months where basic survival was covered. And what I wrote was that I want to feel a sense of belonging. I want to feel unlimited. I want to feel safe. I want the experience of spontaneous living, of living without imposed conditions. I want to feel alive, enlivened, emboldened. I want to feel like an active participant in life, not just somebody's chess piece or puppet. I want to feel partnered with those with whom I work and with those for whom I am in service to. I want to feel respected. I want to feel trusted. I want to feel grounded in my own heart and hearted nature, not somebody else's vision of it. I want to feel included in decisions about how my energies are to be used. I want to feel the truth of the fuckery released into the larger world. I want to feel that my own truth is real, never mind what others have told me. And if it is real and true, I want to know it. I want to feel like it's real. I want to feel like I have made a monumental contribution to societies in the natural world, including the invisible, but particularly within breathing indigenous communities. I wrote that I want to feel peace, community, companionship, acknowledged, respected, purpose-filled, connected to the all the time, financially healthy, able to share financially with ease. I want to feel loved and loving, empowered, empowering. I want to feel like a hero. I want to feel vindicated. I want to feel honored. I want to feel at home. I want to feel supported both above and below. I want to feel engaged in the world. I want to feel fun through experiences both shared and individual. I want to feel joy. I want to feel free. I want to feel mutually committed to healing and justice for others. I want to feel comfort. I want to feel strong. I want to feel at ease. I want to feel well rested. I want to feel welcomed and welcoming. I want to feel supported and supportive. I want to feel beautiful. I want to feel heard and valued. I want to feel like I can be open and honest and received and believed. I also wrote, I want to feel wealthy, although I think I meant luxurious. I want to feel unhurried, unworried, unencumbered. I want to feel safe or protected if I'm not. I want to feel that all of this is real and has meaning, that I am meaningful. I want to feel in love. I want to feel well regarded. And I want to feel humble in the midst of all of it, but really comfortable with it. I want to feel like I have shared goals and camaraderie. And so part of this exercise was to create another list of what you want to receive. And I wrote, I want to receive the rewards for the work I have done. Acclaim, stability, connection, the ability to travel for enjoyment and for the work. I want a home in Telluride to share with others of my choice when I want them around. I want deep friendships. I want animals. I want clear and complete, honest communication from the ether. I want cohesive direction for the future, partnerships. I want an editor. I want for the remains of Jermaine Charlo and those in Wyoming to be recovered. I want to receive an invitation to belonging. I want to be given the freedom to choose a life. I want dignity. I want the knowledge of what bigger than this is. I want clear communication with other beings. I want truthful and timely visions. I want a crowded table with a capacity to feed bellies and spirits. And I want a physical space that is hearted and grounded with the ground that knows my name. I want the freedom of expression. I want affirmation of the fuckery and its truths, and my own truths to be revealed as real or false. Either way. And I want a publishing contract. So nearly 4 years on, if I were to write that list right now, I would be reverting back to the original purely survival one before getting to the rest, because that's where we are again. And I don't understand how I could be made in response to a universal prayer, and that those I have been made for and encountered can only respond in fear. I don't get it. And I don't know why those who have had extraordinary experiences with me are afraid to share those experiences with others. I can only guess. And I guess it's because those experiences fall outside the rules of the game that they have chosen to follow, to live by, related to spirit, faith, religion, whatever. Because acknowledging the breadth and depth of this reminds me, or reminds them, that they are confined in their own ways. Perhaps. Maybe the truth of me is entirely too much. Maybe it's more than folks can receive. Or it could be life just keeps lifing and I am merely a blip in all of it because life keeps lifing. I mean, I can only guess. I cried this weekend on the phone with my friend. And I just sobbed out. No one understands how hard this is. No one can unless they're willing to receive me. And I won't share unless I know that I'll be believed. And I can't force anything other than that. And I can't pray it into existence like I have been prayed into being. And those Hindu teachers, I'm not sure why they're so invested in me. However, at least 2 of them were instrumental, perhaps the catalysts for the second integration experience that I have already shared on YouTube. But I'm guessing that they know me in the same way all of these other voices do, that they know me as what I don't believe I am. I have long said that I'm just Ingrid. Even as I go through all of these notebooks, right, where I'm reading through extraordinary experiences and prophecy and healing and things that blow most people's minds. To me, I'm still just Ingrid having these extraordinary experiences. Like if I was, or if I am more than that, why isn't there a welcoming or practical world supportive response by both the tactile, solid breathing world and the invisible? Like, I can't keep going like this. Like right now, in this moment, I'm getting ready to go to a job that is killing my body slowly and my spirit quickly. There's not even enough left over to get to any curiosity. I certainly can't get to the people that I need to get to. I can't do the things that I need to do because I'm drowning. Except I keep on running like this fucking Energizer bunny, perpetual Energizer bunny. It is left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. And recognize, is like in this whole reading things, old notebooks, like these prophecies that aren't known to be predictive until 4 and 5 years later. And I'm like, fuck. And I had a conversation with 2 women that made me feel hope last week for the first time in 8 years. For the first time in 8 years, but fuck, I'm tired. This is too much for one being to keep doing by themselves. So there's another quote about doubt by Robert Browning. It says, quote, "You call for faith. I show you doubt to prove that faith exists. The more the doubt, the stronger the faith, I say. If faith overcomes doubt." Maybe I won't get to belief. Maybe that's just not a thing for me in this lifetime. Maybe I'll have to settle for faith instead of belief. I don't know. I'm not there yet and can't see a way to get there while I am scrambling to do the right thing for myself and for others. That's all, folks. Till the next time.